So last time we were here, we were just doing, we did our challenge mode. I don't have as much of a plan as I've had in past videos. I think we're just going to go ahead on into professional. Um, I do want to try and get that perfect game victory, so I think I might do a few attempts at perfect game. Let's go ahead and we're gonna start on Willow Street because Willow Street is mine. It's mine. Everyone else can have Tanglewood. I've got Willow Street. If anyone in chat has anything that they're thankful for, again, I know it's a little bit of a silly tradition, but I absolutely love to hear it. So I would love to hear whatever you are thankful for. And I'm gonna do the shameless YouTube plug. If you are watching this later on YouTube, I also would love to hear what you're thankful for. Just pop that comment down below. Any kind of interaction with my channel helps, and also I want to feel that positivity. Okay, we got ourselves our flashlight, we got our EMF, and our thermo. We are dealing with Nancy Everly. Okay. This is going to be a difficult game to get a perfect game on, only in that sanity and the escaping hunt are both hunt objectives, which I'm not terribly good at. But I'm going to try for it. The thing that will cause me to abandon an attempt at a perfect game will simply be if I mess up the photo. Otherwise, today I am going to attempt any objective, whether or not it involves hunting, and I might die a couple times. In fact, I'm probably going to. Let's go ahead and get on in there. Hello, Willow Street. It's good to see you again. I hope you are just having a wonderful Thanksgiving. I kind of wish the devs had spruced you up a bit. We could have some pumpkins or some turkeys or a cornucopia somewhere. But let's see what kind of ghost you are. We're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a key, and I'm going to be checking. This is where you would find tarot cards. I'm going to check around. I'm looking for the bone here real quick. And then I'm going to beeline it for the breaker. And there is indeed the breaker here. This is the first spot for the breaker on Willow Street. The second spot is down in the basement. And when we get there, I will take a look. While I'm in here, I'm going to look for the bone in the garage. And I am talking a million miles an hour. If I am going too fast, just go ahead and let me know, and I'll see if I can chill it down. It's nervous energy. So I believe the mirror would normally spawn over there. Ouija board should spawn over there. Don't see either one of those. My thermo is going up. I'm going to pop that on as well. This is a good central light, and actually I do want to take a moment. There was some confusion because I was chatting in Andy's channel. If you are not familiar with the new Phasmophobia light and sanity system, it used to be that there was some kind of calculation about how many light traces were hitting you. It ate up a lot of processing power. It wasn't very accurate. You would lose sanity in rooms even if there was no reason for you to do so. And they changed that. I think that's something that it is either in this room or it is teleporting to me. Can you see how that went down for just a little bit and now it's deciding if it wants to go back up? Interesting. Sorry. Again, now with the new sanity system, if you are in a room with the main light on, which is the light that has this light here, and it'll turn on these big lights, not like a side lamp like this, you are now no longer losing any sanity from the typical drain. Ooh. So yes, so that was a ghost probably roaming to me. Now that my thermo is really dropping, I'm pretty sure we're dealing with a ghost here. Okay. And I got some EMF. I'm going to throw it near a door just in case I get a lucky door touch. And we're going to go run back out. So in this room here, I would be losing sanity. But in that room over there, I should not be losing sanity. typically in the first couple minutes of the game when you are first locating the bone, grabbing your stuff, you're going to lose between 5 and 10% depending on how you're playing it. So I've lost about 5%. Did I grab? Oh. And this is another common mistake that happens. I thought I turned this on. Did I not turn this on? This is another common mistake that happens. Once you have the ghost area, you're usually fairly safe if you know how to get to the door to drop your flashlight, and that just lets you bring in more items at a time. We're going to position these hopefully in a way. Ooh, that was a jump scare. Definitely, this is about what I would expect for the EMF on that. I just checked my sanity though. I'm going to head back out because this is going to be a chance to score a very quick and easy if it is an Oni or a Banshee. A ghost event should do about 10% of your sanity, with the Banshee doing 15% if you're the target. And yeah, so that should not be an Oni or a Banshee. And the Oni doing 20% just because Onis love to do that. This is a lot of quick EM activity in a row. It could be that I'm dealing with a very active ghost. It could have also been something like a special ability like a poltergeist throw. So I'm going to keep that in mind. We'll go ahead and grab this. We're going to grab that because I have a feeling it's going to do door touches real quick. I have a habit of grabbing the tripod because I was playing with tier 3 and you can kind of use the camera on tier 3 really easily on a tripod. This little camera is going to be almost impossible to see a ghost orb on in the tripod, but it will let me kind of put the camera where I want it to be, and I can always pick it up off the tripod. There we go. And there we have a door touch. Let's see if we've got fingerprints. I don't seem to have fingerprints. Let's see if I've got EMF. Okay. So after my first door touch, I don't generally scratch it off because there are both settings and there is the ghost, the Abake, that could hide fingerprints for a moment, or a mimic doing so. If I get another 2 or 3 and I still don't see fingerprints, I will go ahead and mark off fingerprints because I'm unprofessional and I can do that. And then let's go ahead and actually do a ghost or... oh. And because I've got my UV light here, I should not need to really pick it up and look. If that had fingerprints, I should see it. And then we're going to stare at the camera here. I am not seeing dots. I do have a couple lighted areas that I would perhaps need to turn off. But for now, we're going to... excuse me, I misspoke. Not dots, ghost orbs. Dots is an entirely different evidence. And it is something that I'm working on. If you've looked at any of my YouTube videos, I have editor comments in there that say, I absolutely meant something else. Alright, let's go ahead and grab the actual dots now, the spirit box. It has been doing a lot of stuff, so I'm going to hope I can get an early ghost photo because when you're going for a perfect game, you do not need a ghost photo anymore, but there's a little bit of prestige to it, so I happen to like going for it. I also really actually preferred the old photo system. I know it could be very confusing, but I feel like it's taken a lot more away from the system. Ooh. Oh boy. Okay, so I've just been ghost evented and I missed my perfect game, and I'll explain why in just a second. We're gonna go ahead and do this. This is a very active ghost. We already kind of checked that it wasn't an Oni. However, if I get a hunt here, it might be a Fae. And I'm also gonna... It has a low chance to actually change the the ghost room, so let's go ahead and check. Oh, our first evidence, perfect. We got ourselves some freezing temps. And I think that was a breaker turn off. With the freezing temps, sorry. With the breaker turn off, now I can go ahead and eliminate a djinn, because djinns will not turn off the breaker. I don't think it is Spirit Box either. And it is doing a lot of door touching. Okay. Unfortunately, I had moved my EMF away from this door, so that was my bad. Okay. Let's go ahead and turn this light back on. So I've got a route of light. This ghost is wonderful, but it's throwing me off here. It's doing a lot of ghost events. Apparently, I am not having my same calm that I had yesterday. Okay, so we've got no ultraviolet. I didn't see a ghost door, but I'm not sure on that one. And I need to go check my sanity because it has ghost evented me several times. This is not a good indication of EMF 5, and while it is this big spike of 6, it coincides with a ghost event. Ghost events are always an EMF 4, no matter what ghost you're dealing with, unless they're an EMF 5 ghost. And then the activity monitor here is going to show a value that's got a plus or minus range. So it's showing 6. That's in line with what a ghost event could have been. My sanity is bad, and I do not have sanity pills. Okay. That makes life more difficult. So if I mark off this, go ahead and see if we can see dots here on the camera real quick. There is no shame in being a truck lurker for just a little bit, especially when you've got this sanity that you're close to being huntable. Sometimes you need to just go ahead and take a look in the truck and see if you can spot anything. I think what I need to do is I probably need to go in there and turn this light off so that I have a better idea of if I've got ghost orbs or not. And unfortunately, I don't have a much better place to put those dots. We're going to go ahead and grab a smudge stick. And we did have hiding in the garage, and I should have pointed that out. What are my other objectives? Motion sensor. Okay. Now is a good time to try and get this in here. I do find it very interesting. Okay, no ultra, no spirit box. Freezing temp's the only thing that I can say so far. I don't think that it is an Uni, unless it hasn't hit me. It's definitely not feeling a shade. So why I say that it is likely not a shade has to do with how many times it's ghost evented me and how much it is doing. Now, that is not 100%. That's more of a feeling out like the ghost behavior. A shade typically is very shy. It can't hunt until I think 35. Shades don't do stuff when you're in the room. Now, I have been ghost evented a couple times from outside of the room coming in there, so that could be the shade getting around that. But again, I do not feel like this is a shade. I think we're dealing with either a Revenant or a Ure. Either one of them is not great. Let's see. I don't have my flashlight, and it's turned off my breaker again. There's a good chance I'm about to die here, and it will be my first death on stream. But I'm going to be brave for you. It's dark. We're going to move that. We're going to go there. It is turn the shower on. Interesting. Okay. I do have my smudge stick. Door touch again. That is EMF going crazy. Yep, that's an EMF 5. Perfect. We need to get this on the door, and then we're going to have our smudge stick out because it is going to do bad things to us. Oh. Thank you, Boomer. Let's connect up later. I would love the assistance. And this, I think, is just another great highlight of how amazing. Sorry, Lost Boomer. Do you prefer to be called Boomer or Lost? One of those is sometimes a more derogatory term, and I do not mean to be doing that to you. Okay. This might be an Oni. I might have to check up my information on the Oni, or... No, you're doing me another ghost event. Where'd my camera go? Stay there. Do not fade away. Thank you. And we'll go ahead and smudge you just to give myself some more time. Thank you, Boomer. Has it done ghost writing? Can you write in my book, please, Mr. Ghost? Because if you are a shade, you will do ghost writing. And if you're an Oni, you will do dots. Okay. I have smudged the ghost, which means I have about 90 seconds of safety. Yep, thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I have about 90 seconds, probably closer to 60 now, of safety before I need to run for another smudge. The fact that it's not writing in my book does lead me to believe I might be dealing with an Oni, which means that I might have one of my facts about Onis wrong. Alright, thank you so much, I appreciate that. Would you, please, for the love of all things holy, stop doing that? And it threw over my camera. Alright, we are gonna back away looking at the dots, and we are gonna try and get ourselves another smudge stick. Well, I succeeded in that goal right there. Dots, and it knocked over my camera, which is unfortunate. I could be wrong about the spirit box. It has been doing so many things. I wonder if I am dealing with the twins. Dealing with the twins is going to be a very difficult endeavor. Okay. What have I got on me? I've got my camera. We don't need you. Alright, folks. I'm preparing myself to be hunted. I don't particularly want to be hunted. I'm going to try and smudge it on in there to try and survive. I actually think that I am more than likely dealing with the twins. That is going to be my guess. It has done a lot of things. It's done a lot of events. It's done a lot of movement around the house. I'm going to go in there and possibly die for your entertainment. We are going to try... Yeah, there's the hunt. No? Are you hunting? No. Okay. I'm going to try to catch it here. I hope that I have done enough to do that. Let's set my camera up better. And then I need to grab my spirit box. For those of you doing this, you should definitely try to have a good idea of where you leave things. That was not the ghost, by the way. Oh, perfect. I am going to go quiet here for just a second as I try to get this ghost to give itself away, and it does not want to do that. Okay. No ghost writing. I find it really odd that it did not do... yeah, so if I can put that out, probably not ghost writing. Ghost orbs would be nothing. So either a dot or the twins. Yes, there you go. Okay. was not necessary. Absolutely not necessary. This goat is being very fun and very rude. Thank you, Yin Yang Gamers. Thank you for keeping me tabbed. Absolutely, if you have Thanksgiving plans, please head off to them. Have the best fun. I wish I could be with my family right now, and so I'm really happy that you're off to yours. Thank you for leaving me tabbed. You do not have to do that, but I do appreciate it. Alright, Ghosty. Oh, and it got me. Okay. I'm gonna have to say I still feel the twins. I think my spirit box is just being difficult. Uh, that's gonna be a fun clip. I backed straight into. Okay. So folks, I'm gonna go ahead off stream and take a look at my Oni facts. I was under the impression that they should have drained 20% of my sanity when ghost eventing me. And since it did not do that, it's either I've got something wrong or I've missed it. There are certain things that I am learning about this game. And so if I ever do give you a wrong piece of information, I do apologize for that. And I typically will try to correct myself either in the video or on the next stream. So that that was a spicy way to start out Thanksgiving. I'm hoping we don't deal with too many more of those. But congratulations, you got to be here for Miss Willowich's first death on stream. I already have auto buy and auto add added, so we are good to just go ahead back on in. And let's see if we've got ourselves a nicer Willow Street ghost. Loading on in.
We've arrived. Check the equipment and get set up before investigating.
Okay.
Got the intel. Looks like this is going to be a tough one. And it looks like they left in a hurry.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and we'll head on back in. I know that I just died there, and while dying is not my favorite thing in this game, I am really happy that it was such an exciting and interesting ghost. I honestly would rather die than get a really, really boring ghost. And it also gives me a chance to learn and get a better understanding what I missed there, why I thought it was possibly not an Oni. I do have the tier 1 dots, so I am not surprised that I did not see dots the entire time. It is super easy to miss them. Alright, Ghost. I'm Miss Willowitch. Today, we're going to go ahead and do some ghost finding. The bone is right there, which I really appreciate. You're going to be nice to me, and we're going to get lots of money. No tarot cards. I don't want to pick up this bone just yet, but I do want to get these keys. I may just cry if I run into a demon immediately, and have a back-to-back death. Okay. So now we've got ourselves a breaker that is on. We're going to start roaming around looking for... this is not a hiding spot. It is better than nothing, but if the ghost comes around the car here, it's just going to come eat your face. These are also not hiding spots. No mirror, no Ouija board. Ooh, I did have a door touch over this way. I am going to, once I get out of the truck, just double check. Really? Right here again? Is this how it's going to be? Okay. Alright, my friend. Thank you. I thank you for that. I would like to know which door you touched. Oh, probably this one. Okay. I did see some of those whispers. I am absolutely going to go ahead and take a look through them, and I really do appreciate it. Let's see if my 5 minutes is up. There we are. I, as a new streamer, absolutely do love feedback, advice, tips, anything like that. You can send me whispers, you can leave comments on my videos, whatever you would like to do. Um, I want to, I am taking this very seriously, uh, as much as you can, also, while also having fun. So I want to know how to use my my not my bot, sorry, my like a chat bot. I want to know how to do moderation, things like that. And I also have like a list of videos queued in my YouTube that I have been going over. All right. So we have a little bit of a repeat of the game before. Did I not bring a writing book in here? Um, Now, I've that is a lot of door touches. Let's see if I can grab my UV real quick. With so many first-time new chatters, uh, I would absolutely love if you wanted to let me know what your favorite ghost is, if you've played this game or if you've just been watching the game. My favorite ghost, I've said it a couple times, is the Dio. It's a relatively new ghost. Um, It's not terribly fun when it catches you by surprise and it just kind of finds you. That is a hiding spot, by the way. It catches you by surprise and finds you and kills you in your hiding spot. But once you know that you're dealing with a Dio, they're a lot of fun to showcase, show off, just have a really good old time with it. So I'm not seeing UV. It did take me a little bit to actually get here. Sound alert. No worries. Any little bit of help. Oh, we've got freezing again. I am feeling such a repeat right now. This ghost is being. You are being so kind, Ghosty. Let's see if I can figure out which door you touched. Uh, is it this one? Okay. So you touched that one, and I'm not seeing any fingerprints. There we are. Apparently, Boomer, I did most of my stream yesterday with my Discord not muted. I wasn't in any voice channels or anything, but as I'm editing my videos throughout the night, I had this very fun, constant wondering why my Discord was sounding without me actually getting any new messages, and then I realized it's because it's the audio of my video. So, again, tips, advice, love it. Absolutely love it. So this ghost is being, did I grab my camera? I did. Let's go ahead and pick this up now before I forget about it. And I also didn't check to see if I have music box. Music box should spawn right about there. I might have a summoning circle. Thank you. Yep, thank you, thank you. Please keep throwing things. Oh. There. So, this is a great time to talk about, as you just saw on my EMF here, it did jump up past 5 into the high. That is how this tier 1 works. If you are looking for a ghost and you see it kind of jump up and it like touches 5 for a second, that is not an EMF 5 ghost. That is just this EMF reader being inaccurate. If it passes 5 into the high zone, that is when you know that you have EMF 5 using this EMF reader. It can mean that you could see EMF 5 and it just doesn't quite touch that, and so you're not sure. And that is by design. They wanted these tier 1 items to make you cry just a little bit. Let's go ahead. We're going to set some dots up. This ghost is not doing as many ghost events, knock on wood. And it's also, yeah, it's just not showing fingerprints here. I wonder if we have a summoning circle. Or the voodoo doll, or the monkey paw. Let's go ahead and mark that off. Shade Oni the twins. This one, I wonder if it will be a shade. Now that I've got all of my equipment in here, I'm going to be mostly having my camera and my flashlight. And we're going to go see if we can find our cursed object. So there's a voodoo doll in here. Okay. Hello there. Thank you. And this is a hiding spot as well. Um, you'll want to turn off your flashlight, of course. But if this ghost were to hunt, that is probably the first place I would run to. That or in the living room. Let's see if the ghost is talkative. Um, it it. Oh, hello there. That is Dots. There we are. Dots. This happened to me the other day with a Raiju. It just really goes to showcase how different your games can be, even with the same ghost. That first ghost absolutely destroyed me. It said, I am here to play, I'm here to cause problems. Um, this ghost, same ghost, it's an Oni, but it is being much quieter, and I love it. Now, I am going to go ahead and go back into the truck for just a moment, and we're going to talk some strategies because I am going to try and get a perfect game. As well as your favorite ghost, because it's always, I always love to hear what everyone's favorite ghost is. If you've got anything that you are particularly thankful for, that you want to uh, talk about on the stream, feel free to do so. Um, I am a big lover of positivity. I'm a big lover of talking. I don't want to just sit here and play this game the whole time. I do want to interact with my audience. So if you've got something you want to shout out about being thankful for, I'd love to hear that too. So we're going for the perfect game. We have found the bone. We need to cleanse it. We need to cleanse it while it's chasing someone. We need it to get to blow out a firelight. We have the voodoo doll, which means getting it to chase me is not going to be the hardest thing in the world. It's going to be uh, trying to get it to chase me in a place that is safe for it to do so. Um, we had hiding in the living room. What I will likely do is grab the voodoo doll and head towards uh, either behind the kitchenette or maybe towards the garage. Wait for it to come at me and then attempt to smudge it and run into the living room. But we're not going to do that yet because we are going to see if we actually get our perfect game photos first. When you are going for the perfect game, you must take all 3-star photos. You need 10 of them in total. They can be anything. They can be the ghost photo, they can be the bone, they can be the cursed object. They can be interactions, they can be salt. Those are all good options. However, there are some photos that are in the current iteration of the game a little bit harder to get or a little more unreliable. Interaction photos tend to be the most unreliable. It's hard to know exactly where the interaction, you're trying to center your camera on that interaction. So it's hard to know where the center of that is. It's hard to know what the right distance is. If you've ever taken a picture of a door that opened and you're like, that should be an interaction, why didn't I get it? That is why I try to avoid them as much as I can. The typically really good ones, Voodoo Doll, Bone, again, the not the ghost photo, and I'll get into that in a second. The next thing, salt is a great photo to take because once you just center it on your salt pile, that counts as one. Each salt has 2 salt in it, so if you can get them, there's 2 photos for you real quick. The other one is the candle. Uh, right now, whenever the candle goes out, unless it is burned down to the little nub, um, that only happens if the ghost does it. So if you see your candle go out, you get that little trail of smoke, and it's not a little nub at the bottom. That's an easy interaction photo. Um, and then you can also throw down your EMF right next to it so that you don't accidentally get tripped up if it is your candle burning out, because it should also EMF there. It's a great way to, I hate to use the term farm, but it is a great way to farm for your EMF. Let's go ahead and grab this salt. We don't have enough room to bring the sleep one of these salts. So we have to have a lighter as well. Yeah, so there's my hiding spot there. I'm going to see if I get the perfect photos. Before I throw anything down, though, I want to make sure that it's still likely in this room. So one of the hardest rules to make affiliate 2-hour streams once 24-hour period, people will only support for so long. Boomer, I'm not sure I fully understood that. The hardest 2-hour streams once 24-hour period. So I need to do a 2-hour stream in a... Oh, so like don't stream for too long a day, and don't like do like on every now and like don't do multiple times a day. Is that the suggestion that you're giving me, if I understood that correctly? Okay, thank you. Um, yes, as much as I'd actually love to just stream all day, I'm working a full 40, so I won't be doing that. I am trying to stick to Tuesday and Thursday only. Um, but I do appreciate that, and I definitely I have heard a little bit about that is once again Miss Willowitch not paying attention properly. I have heard some people, they get a little too uh, uh, enthusiastic with it, and they sometimes they kind of shoot themselves in the foot. We're gonna go for probably 2.5 hours. We'll see what I've got. But that is good advice. Thank you. Let's go ahead and pop this down as well. Yep. So there's a photo. I've got my EMF going. We're gonna do that as well, and let's see if we can get it to step in on my salt. And we're also gonna relight this. I need 7 more photos. I mentioned earlier that I would say about the ghost photo. The ghost photo is really fun. It's prestige. I could potentially get it off the dots, and I might sort of try and Twitch reflex it. But it's also, like, if it were to ghost event me right now, there's a chance that I'll miss it, and that would be unfortunate. Just a light? Okay. I could take a photo of that, and I'm going to risk it. And I made it. Did I actually take a photo here? I did. Okay. So there's a dots right there. I could take a photo of that if I'm fast enough. It did do a door touch, but since I don't really know what door, I'm not going to risk that photo. I'm going to wait and see if I can get it to step in my salt or blow out my candle one more time. After it blows out my candle here again, I'm going to go ahead before I relight it and grab the other salt just to get more photo potential. Mr. Ghosty, would you be so kind as to blow out my candle here? You have been such a generous host so far. I hope you continue to do so. I am going to upset you here in a little bit. But for now, please continue to do so. I have salt and I have a candle that I would love for you to step in. Position myself to see if I can maybe get a ghost photo as well. I was wondering about that, Boomer, because I've noticed that you do need a certain amount of average viewers, and in a way, it does almost seem like doing too many streams could affect that average viewer. Oh, I hope I got that. I did. I absolutely got that. Thank you, Ghost. You are, again, you are so kind for doing that for me. Thank you so much. I'm going to leave my matches here. I'm going to leave... I don't think I need to leave my camera. It doesn't hurt. Boomer, well, I absolutely do appreciate the uh, the recognition of it being my channel. I am not an egomaniac. I am not going to spit in anyone's face for helping me improve my channel. So you are welcome here. Your advice is welcome here. If there's ever a moment where I don't seem like I'm really listening, it likely has to do with the game in front of us. But you are welcome here, and thank you so much for it. Um, I'm also gonna double back here, and I'm gonna check my sanity. I'm very sane at the moment, knock on wood. I would like to test the Oni sanity drain because I swore it was 20%. It may be only under specific circumstances, so if it does ghost event me, I'm gonna run out and see if I can catch my sanity. It is strange that it just touched that door, but it could potentially roam that far. It also hasn't touched this salt. I do wonder, have you moved? It's still pretty cold here. It's getting warmer here. Okay. When you do bring smudge sticks in, you don't always want to have them with you, especially while I'm safe, but you do want to have a very good idea where they are and make sure that they are easy to find. Since the ghost is not touching back here, and there's some chance that it may have moved to a different spot, I'm actually going to go ahead and put my salt more this direction, and we'll see if it's stepping there. And let's get our camera back up. We'll also take our candle and you, and we're going to go ahead and find my matches. Okay. That was a throw. What did you throw? Throw is another interaction that you could go for, but because it can be... I am starting to think it may have moved this way, and I'm going to go ahead and just move this. Okay. We need one more photo. My candle is... Oh, and here we go. Okay. That's just a ghost event. Hi there. Hello. Yes, touch me. Thank you. Okay, perfect. Back up, rewind. I do not enjoy being touched by ghosts, but in this particular case, I really want to go check that. But I don't generally say, please touch me, ghost. Okay, there. Yeah, so remember we had just come out. I was at 90. The ghost just vented me, and now I'm down to 70. I'm not sure what happened in that last game why I didn't see that. I may just not have had a good idea of what my sanity was at. So it is possible that I just missed it last game. But now we know. It is time. Oh, I hate to say these words. It is time to get a hunt because our last two objectives, we're going to get in the hunt, and then we're going to get a perfect game. Now, I did have a small problem in that I think it is possible that it has moved into the kitchen. So trying to get it to hunt from the kitchen is not what I want to do. I think I'm going to go into the garage and try to get it to come chase me there, smudge it, and then run away. Another thing, so now that I know that I'm dealing with an Oni, and I'm going to try and do these ghost highlights, so I've just reconfirmed. So when you are dealing with an Oni, it is a very active ghost. It loves to do ghost events. It likes to scare you. It has a slightly higher than likely chance to do so. The ghost events, I mean. It will also drain your sanity by 20% if it touches you during the ghost events. It will not airball. If you haven't seen an airball ghost event, you get like, it almost looks like your breath, but it's solid and it travels towards you. It cannot airball because it loves to be seen. So if you ever get an airball event, you're not dealing with an Oni. I think that is. Oh, and then the final thing with an Oni is when it is hunting you, all ghosts, they do this blinking where they go invisible for a little bit during a hunt, try to make it scarier, have it kind of appear as it's coming towards you faster. Um, an Oni's blinks are very short and few and far between. It is a ghost that is very easy to see. I'm hoping I can get you a good showcase of that here. And so if you do have a hunt, it is sometimes possible to determine an Oni fairly quickly, only in that it is so visible. The opposite of the Phantom, which is almost impossible to see. Let's see if we can. So to prepare myself for getting a hunt, I am going to go ahead and turn on lights, as many lights as I need. We are going to go ahead and grab ourselves the voodoo doll. Hey, stop it. Stop it. Rude. Okay, this is a very bad position to be in. We want to get back over to the crucifix. Okay, whew. Absolutely rude. Absolutely rude, Ghost. I was in the middle of doing something. The reason that was a bad position to be in is I am very close to hunt range. If the ghost had decided to hunt very quickly after doing that, I would have been caught and likely killed because I would have been trapped in the room. So we do not want this ghost to hunt anywhere near us, so we're going to pop the crucifix over there. We are going to grab our smudge stick as fast as possible. Did I not grab the voodoo doll? Okay. Thank you again, Boomer. Thank you for all the tips. Thank you for leaving me tabbed. I hope that you have a great day at work tomorrow and that you are able to get lots of sleep. I would like the voodoo doll for a more accurate determination when it's going to hunt, but I'm also not liking that this ghost has decided to drop me to 50. So we're going to have our smudge stick out, and if I hear anything, I'm going to smudge it and run. Probably hide back there. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Cursed possessions, by the way, this is the voodoo doll. Let's go outside. If you have not seen the voodoo doll before, I'm going to talk about it a bit. So there are certain items that when you pick them up, you have to have an empty hand. They do not go into your inventory, partly so that you cannot hide them away from players. Thank you, Boomer. I will definitely try to have an awesome stream. Thank you so much again. So Voodoo Doll is a cursed possession. It can't... Oh, you turned off my breaker. Ghosts do not like to be tutorial ghosts. I was chased out of the area by Granny the other day. Luckily, my breaker happens to be where I'm going to try and get it to hunt front, or where I'm going to try to be during the hunt anyway. But it does mean that now I have to go back in there and at least turn on the breaker and hope it doesn't hunt me in the meantime. So a voodoo doll, it has to be in your empty hand. You cannot cycle through and put it into your inventory. It makes it a little dangerous to play with because you can't have like your smudge stick out. When you click, I believe it's the right button, yes. When you click your right mouse button, you're going to push a pin in, and it will make the ghost do something at the cost of, I believe it is 5% of your sanity. However, it has the chance to hit the heart pin instead. Whenever it hits the heart pin, it immediately begins to hunt, and it's a cursed hunt. Cursed hunts are longer than normal hunts, so if you're playing on like an easier difficulty, you might find yourself dealing with almost like a nightmare level hunt if you choose to use the cursed possession. Okay, we are not doing super great here. Let's go ahead and throw that, and I need my flashlight. I'm in hunt range at this point, or at least I'm very close to it. Yep, I'm in hunt range. Very close to it. And I don't have an extra flashlight. Okay. Not the end of the world. We are going to go in with our smudge stick, and if I hear the ghost, I am going to smudge it. Here we go. Perfect. Now we can go ahead and grab that voodoo doll. Grab. Thank you. Okay. We are going to try and get this thing to hunt. So we are going to go into the garage here. Stand near this crucifix so it doesn't try to hunt me when I'm not ready. And I'm going to press pins until I hear a hunt or I hear a heart pin. Okay. Hello? Hello, Mr. Ghosty? Hello, Mr. Ghosty. Please come in the garage. Please, Mr. Ghosty? Hello? Hello, Mr. Ghosty? Please come in the garage, Mr. Ghosty. I really need you to come in here. Mr. Ghosty? Hello? Hello, Mr. Ghosty? Hello? Hello? Please come in here. Hello? There you are. Hi there. Yes, come my way. Okay, it's been smudged. That should fulfill the last objectives. I didn't have a thingy on. It's still moving about. We're just gonna be really quiet here. Okay, so it's doing a ghost event now, so I am safe. It may have actually ended that hunt sooner than I thought. I thought I had a few more seconds, and I wasn't sure if this light was still on, but I think it actually, we almost missed that because it almost did not hunt us in time. But here we are. We have cleansed the area with the ghost using the incense. We've got it while it's chasing. We've got our firelight, and we've got our our photos, including a 3-star ghost photo, and we picked up the bone. This should be a perfect game, folks. We did it. Do make sure that you have your target selected. There is nothing worse than loading into a game without your target selected and then crying about it.
Welcome back.
Well, there we are.
Ready for you.
We did go ahead and get ourselves a perfect game, which is great. It's going to be a lot of XP for us.